Hello Capricorn, this is Iris from ilee Tarot. Welcome to your general reading for your March 2022. What's going to happen is I'm going to be shuffling the cards on camera. You're more than welcome to stay and watch, otherwise you can always skip ahead. I will see you there. And so if this is your first time in watching my videos, if this is your first time watching my general readings, then what I usually do is I shuffle the cards on camera and then I just pull 8 cards out. General readings, typically for my general readings, I have no guarantees what comes out. My general readings, sometimes they don't come up in a specific category, like a love reading or a business reading or career reading. Most of the time is something to do with your personal growth. Spiritual growth is a bit rare, to be really honest, but they do come up sometimes. And sometimes they can also point to a particular incident that is perhaps going to happen in March, or perhaps that is happening currently as you watch this video. I am the person that, I just let the cards do the talking, and I'm just the messenger. I just interpret it. I see what I feel, and I read what I read. Okay, so let's just see what happens. Okay, so let's go. Capricorns, universe, what messages you have for Capricorns? Universe, what messages you have for Capricorns? Okay, so I'm going to pull 8 cards. Universe, what messages do you have for Capricorns? Capricorns, March 2022. So it's 3, 4, 5, 6. Capricorns. All right. Okay, one more card wanted to come out. Let's see. Okay, let's see what happens. 6 of Swords, 3 of Swords, Page of Cups, the Sun, Wheel of Fortune, 8 of Staves. Okay. 2 of Coins, 2 of Cups, all right, and Hanging Ghost. Okay, Hanging Ghost is the Hangman, so don't worry about that. This is a Chinese tarot, in case you're wondering. To me, this is something to do with something that you let go that is going to be fruitful for you. Okay, to be honest, I need to pull more cards for your reading, and I did not do that for the previous 3 I did, which is Leo, Aries, and Taurus, because I need to know what it is that you're letting go, because otherwise it's kind of like, oh, you let go of something that's going to be fruitful, and that's it, and I can't see anything more. I do want to know more about these 2 cards in the middle. To me, it looks more like a sequence that's going to happen. So let's see what this is about. So let's give me one card for these 3 cards here. Help me tie them all in. Let go of what truth comes out. 2 of Swords. And this one. And this one. Tell me more about this 2 of Cups. Advice? Because the thing about this 2 of Cups, why I'm pulling more cards for this 2 of Cups, because this 2 of Cups is a bit different than the usual tarot decks that we have. Usually 2 of Cups is always about 2 people having holding cup for each other. It's like something to do with 2 people having interest to one another. For this particular card, as you can see with this card here, this is just a person that is talking to the moon, is not talking to anyone. See, so the card is more like a longing for someone here. So I just wanted to make sure what this is about. Okay, yours is a bit different. Your reading is a bit different in the sense that, okay, so like I mentioned in the beginning, I have no control of what's to come, and sometimes there are just certain readings where sometimes they show you a particular message. Other times they just show you particular incidents, and other times when I do these readings, they'll just show you a particular sequence that's gonna happen, because most of the time when this happens, it's when, sometimes when there's just sometimes where we don't have a particular thing happening in a month, right? That's the thing. You can always you cannot always expect something special or particular to always happen every month in your life. It's not possible. Okay. For yours, it's not to say that there's nothing particular that's going to happen. I just can see a particular sequence that is going to happen. And what I can see from here is that okay, let me see what the most obvious things first. Okay, I just know that you will have this Ace of Coins here, which means you will get an offer of something, and that's why you will be in the Page of Cups and Eight of Staves here, because you're going to be so busy working on this Ace of Coins, which is the Ace of Pentacles. But it's on this side, and it's not like an overall reading. So usually when this happens to me, it means that it comes later. Okay, you may not have this yet, but you will soon receive this. Okay, so just when it comes, just let it come, right? And once it comes, you're going to be busy, but it will not happen until these cards here happen first. Okay, that's how my readings work. Okay, I do want to mention, for those of you who are wondering about your love life this month, I don't think there is a close interaction between you and another person, to be really honest. I don't see another person here in this reading. Okay, so it could mean that you are in a long distance relationship, or you're in separation, or it can be that you're still single. To be really honest, I don't really see any romantic relation happening here. And it doesn't mean that that's for some of you. It doesn't mean that all of you are single. To those of you who are watching it is totally single, it's not possible. Okay, it's just that this will resonate for those of you who are not with anyone in particular. Okay, because with the Hanging Ghost here, the Hangman here, the Hanging Ghost here, it's kind of like saying, the thing about this Chinese culture in Hanging Ghost is that when you commit suicide, the cycle keeps happening even in the afterlife. Okay, in other words, it's kind of like a cycle. You cannot get out of the cycle. Okay, so pay attention to what it is in your life right now that you keep doing and doing and doing, and the most important thing is you yourself, you do not make a change. Okay, and it's because you do not change the status quo. You do not change the way you put in the action, and you take and the way you think. That's why it keeps happening. Okay, maybe you do change. You're kind of like, oh, I changed my ways, but it's still the same thing. When that happens, think bigger. Think about environments. Think about the people around you. Who needs to stay? Who needs to go? Do you need to move, or do you need to stay? Okay, just be aware of this. I'm not sure what this is about, to be really honest, but I know there's something within your life. There is some sort of a cycle that keeps you stuck where you are, and it has to be a cycle. Okay, it's not about like not progressing and things like that. So let's say, for example, maybe you've been meeting the wrong kind of person, and it's so near to this card for some of you. It can be related to your love life. So if, let's say, you're not always, you always meet the wrong kind of person, or perhaps it's like you don't know how to meet the people, or you're always wondering why you're always single, you have to see what it is. You have to journal down your thoughts. That's why journaling is very important. Journaling is a way for you to write down your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions. And right up to 3 months, 6 months, maybe to even a year, okay, once you've matured, once you're more grown, when you read back your journals, when you read back the past entries, you can see a pattern. You will be able to see a pattern. Okay, so you can start now. If you've not started journaling, you should start now. Maybe you won't be able to see the pattern in March, but I hope that because you start now, you are able to see it in the near future to come. Okay? I'm just trying to interpret here this part, because to be really honest, it's a bit here and there. One, you have Two of Coins, where you're in discussion with someone, but at the same time, nothing comes out. Is it you are trying to discuss something, debate something, you're trying to not analyze, it's more like discussing something, debating something, and then things eventually did not work out because both of you and someone else, very likely you are just you are in a stalemate because you put in a lot of effort. So this might be something to do with this. You may put in a lot of effort and in the end you just give up because something came out in the last minute, and then you're just like, I put in so much effort and then this last minute thing came out and just waste all my money, waste all my energy, waste all my efforts, and in the end you still cannot progress. You cannot do anything. You're still in a stalemate. Okay? True. March is not going to be very simple for you. It's not going to be easy for you, because what I can see from the Three of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune here, especially the Emperor, I don't really see a lot of anger cards here. But Three of Swords is an angry card anyway. Three of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, and Emperor here, to me, I feel it's more about you. It's not holding grudge, but you kind of like ball it all up. Like the aluminium foil. When you take an aluminium foil and you make it into a ball. It's not a smooth ball. I mean, you can smooth it if you want to, but you just crumble it up. What happens? It's kind of like a messy ball, isn't it? And when you hold it, it kind of hurts because of the pointy edges, right? It's kind of like that. I know the way I explain this feeling is very weird, but bear with me, okay? Okay. So I would describe that for the next few days to weeks to a month in March, right? It's going to be a bit difficult. I'm not gonna lie. It's going to be a bit difficult, but by the end of it all, once you know how to manage yourself, okay, and managing is very important in the sense that sometimes, as much as we want good things to always come our way, it does not mean that there will never be bad days. You just need to know how to manage those bad days. Okay? And once you do, you just wait for this Ace of Coins, Ace of Pentacles to come in, and you have a more refreshed kind of energy. Okay? So this is what this reading is about. Nothing to do with it. It's not a particular personal growth kind of reading. I mean, it can be, but not deep enough. Okay, it's not as deep as the one I did for Leos. All right. Okay, I've said what I said. All right. Before you go, let me pull some oracle cards for you. So these are going to be additional messages for you, or we'll see what happens. So universe, what messages do you have for Capricorns? Universe, what messages you have for Capricorns regards to this reading? March 2022. change. Somehow I don't know why. I had a feeling this will come out. Okay, one more. Pleasure. Right. So let's pull another different card for you. Energy Oracle cards. Universe, what messages from this deck do you have for Capricorns, March 2022? 3 as well. Okay, 3 as well. Your pile so far, all the general readings that I did, your pile is the only one that I have to pull cards for. Cornucopia. Okay. I know it's kind of like I get the gist of it. I'm just trying to put my thoughts into an understandable sentence before I tell you. Okay, I know you have to do something in order for the abundance to come in. This is why the Ace of Pentacles will come in, and it will come in soon, okay? But there is a particular thing that you have to do. And it's like I said, you have to know how to manage your days, okay? Yin and Yang is just... the concept of Yin and Yang is that the white part is... how to explain this without having to... without having... how do I say this? Because I got into trouble in Facebook one day when I was talking about black and white. Okay, so this. In life, there's good and bad. Okay? But Yin and Yang is saying that there's no 100% bad and there's no 100% good, even in the person. Okay? It's like my father always told me, everything must be in moderation. Even too much of a good thing can be bad. Okay, when it comes to yin yang, even a person, when you see this person and you see this person is 100% a very, very good person, it's not possible. 100% good person is like is the embodiment of perfection, and it's not possible for a person to be perfect. There is no perfect person in the world. Okay, and even the best of the person, they will always have this not good trait or not good personality inside them somewhere. Okay, that's why, see, when it comes to the yin and yang, the white color here, and it should be the white, it should be white. That is why there's always a small little dot among the yellow here, and then this white here, there's a small little yellow here. It just represents a yin side and a yang side. It actually is yin yang. Actually it's yin yang. I think that's how you pronounce it. Okay? Now yin yang. And it just means that as much as you want your life to be perfect, there will be times when things will go to shits. There just will be. Okay, and you can tell yourself, oh, you can always think positive. It will come to a point where it becomes so toxic that you're just forcing yourself to not face any adversities. You're just forcing yourself to not be able to face the hardship. Okay, and I don't think it's right, to be really honest. I don't think it's okay to always avoid all this, but you must know how to not let it affect you. You must know how to manage those adversities, those difficulties, and the negative energy that comes with it. Okay? So the yin and yang and enlightenment here. And the enlightenment here is about that, especially when the yin yang comes up, is that life cannot always go how you want it to go. Okay? Even I, as a tarot reader, I cannot even give you 100% accurate prediction. right? I can only show you that, okay, this energy is going to come. In the end, it is how you are going to manage it. In the end, you are the one who's going to go through it. And I've given you this information. Now, what are you going to do about it? Right? And once you know how to handle this, once you know how to manage yourself when it comes to these difficult energies, then you will no longer be scared of failure, of adversities, of difficulties, of negative energies, right? And you will progress from it. And this is promised to you by this change and this cornucopia, this pleasure and this blossoming abundance. This is I relate all this to the Ace of Pentacles. I don't know why I needed to pull 3 cards, but I guess you needed 4 cards to convince you that. Okay, I just let my intuition drive me. I just pull. Okay. All right. So Capricorn, this is all I have for you. I really hope that you are able to resonate to this reading, and I really hope that you find this reading helpful. Thank you so much for your time. I will see you next video. Bye.